Yes, because as you know, this epidemic is prevalent and it is really affecting the small farmers. It is affecting the farmers badly, right?
Yes.
And Mr. Bernard.
Yes.
Tell me something. What would you pre-Lasney? How bad? How your farmers? How they are coping with the pre-Lasney?
That is one of the reasons why intensive farming is so much more here now, because when you send goats out into a pasture, I mean, them just drive by and take them up with a taxi car and go with them. And, you know, the amount of goats that they can put in one car time and make sometimes to feed. So that's why intensive farming is taking its hold, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that communities need to form more cluster groups and try to police themselves more. Throwing dollars out into the wind and hope to come back here and see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is one thing I can say that it is a negative impact is across the country. Are you hearing me?
Yeah. That is so true that a lot of small farmers who didn't think of goats. Right now, there's a scourge in the areas of St. Elizabeth, in the southeastern part of St. Elizabeth. The whole belt from Santa Cruz going up into Silo and Balaclava. You know, when I spoke to some of the small farmers, they are so scared because even if the goats are near to their bedside, they're losing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's so disheartening. It is so disheartening because, yes, for the larger farmers, yes, we can go into intensive production and things like those. But those small farmers who still raise one or two cows and 3 or 4 or 5 goats, that is their bank, you know. And we still have to find a way to encourage them. Those are that's what they use to send their children to school and things like those. And if they, you know, you can imagine when a small farmer has a buck or a ram and is going out, you know, he's going to sell it for 50,000-60,000 tomorrow morning. When he goes, it is gone. His children can't go to school. You know, it's just disheartening. And like I said, if we can't cauterize that, then, you know, we're going to be in serious trouble if we're trying to attract investors to come into the industry.
Yes, sir. It's very, very disheartening. Very disheartening. It is not just goats they are stealing cows too.
Yes, right across the board. Right now, you know, when you pay them billions of dollars, that is last every year. To pay the last, we were talking about $6 or $7 billion. Yeah. You know, it's right across the board. Both crops and livestock are involved.
Yes.
You know, it is more disheartening, especially with livestock, because like Mr. Bernard said, when you take up 2 goats, you're talking about $100,000. When you take up a beef wiener, you're talking about $150,000. When you slaughter mature animals, what the price it is going now, you're talking about when they slaughter some animals for a gentleman up in Martin Hill in Manchester here just the other day. We're talking about a bull valuing about $300,000.
Yes.
When a farmer needs that type of money, it's difficult to encourage him to continue.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yes, sir. I want nothing for a farmer.
I need to what they're doing now. It's taking young and sell them.
Yeah, yes, I don't say that no. Some farmers, they will take that and sell it right. That's how they sell it as veal.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they use it because when the calf is the same size like a goat. And they use it and cook it like curry goat and sell it at curry goat price.
Exactly. So all of that, so
young calf are at risk now because
right. So we are allowing the thieves to be more smarter than us.
Mm-hmm. Well, as Mr. Bernard pointed out, that one of the things that farmers should do is that they should form themselves into groups and be more active. They have to be more proactive now and use everything at their disposal, right, in order to protect themselves.
Because yes, I agree with that, but at the same time, if you don't have the law, just late last year, there was a farmer down in San Elizabeth, just outside of Magazine, where they went and steal 20 goats from him, and when he heard the night and went out there, they fired some shots at him.
Yes.
That was on the year, like,
yeah.
So we are on the Dry River, that is just about a mile up, like you go to a compound of Magazine. And they stole 26 heads of goats from his gentleman. And when he heard the night, I imagine now, he was so scared when they fired some shots at him.
Yes, I can, because these cattle thieves are armed.
Right. So we exercise our community support, but you can't lay yourself, and because most of these teams are not community handled.
No. So they have to work with the police.
Exactly. And this is what Mr. Fulton referred to, that, finally, yes, legislation is good. We have to boots at the ground. There were some we had earlier, a few years ago, there was discussion with the judiciary to really, explain to them the significance of the last year, because one of the things we say in the cattle industry, we don't talk about the last year, because when you slaughter a bull, especially a breeding bull, you can't put a value on that. So there's nothing clear about that.
Yes.
Because that is just a pretty name. Because when you slaughter a breeding bull, that the value of that bull, the terminal value of that bull could be millions of dollars.
Yes, of course, certainly.
Right.
Gentlemen.
So when you go and take a farm, a breeding bull, and you slaughter it and you might sell it for $200,000, that bull was around for 8 or 10 years. That bull, the production from that bull would be millions of dollars.
Of course, yes it is. Gentlemen,
so those are the type of things we need to look at.
Yes.
The severity, that these things brings.
Yes. I want to take your final words, and as we want to wrap up this evening's program, Mr. Bernard, well, starting with you.
Yes, I still think, that the answers are there, because there's so much people with so much experience, over the years.
Yes.
We have been able to do this production way back in the past, and we now have technology, to make things work so much better now. So I think everyone needs to just come together and unite and try to make this thing work. And, I think we're pulling all over the place. And all the associations, the JSs, the associations, the RAD, everybody needs to come together for one common cause to make sure that, we sustain our food security in this country. Because it's very, very necessary. We need to put all these lands, have a plan and put the lands into production. And make sure that we don't put them into concrete jungles.
Okay, yes. Mr. Fulton? Mr. Fulton? Look like Mr. Fulton has left us. Mr. Gale?
Yes, sir. I can't agree with Mr. Bernard more.
Yes.
But we can capitalize by saying that a country that can't feed itself is heading for trouble.
Yes, sir.
When you look at what happened in recent times with that war down in Ukraine, that put signal to us that we need to get our act together. Because once we just rely on importation, one of these days the ships or the planes gonna come empty. It's one of the major problems in industry to find capable person, trained persons to deal with, productions of, especially in the area of livestock.
Okay.
We don't have any